I'm so drunk I can barely see.
What the hell?
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Stupid!
Welcome to a video on how to get good at Hockey Star, perhaps the most surprisingly capable all-star in the game. Players who are able to master his extreme rate of fire will be able to melt through plants faster than 1000-degree knife videos exploiting the YouTube algorithm. Let's get started. The Hockey Star is a variant of the All-Star class, whose weapon consists of a fully automatic minigun that, despite it having so many hints towards it being a toxic variant, he unfortunately isn't. Hockey Star's weapon has an extremely high rate of fire at 1000 rounds per minute, making it the fastest firing weapon in the game, so hitting shots will be very consistent and frequent. However, because of his extremely high rate of fire, his weapon can only last for 3.7 seconds before overheating. So you will have to be careful in how you use it, otherwise you may end up overheating before you are able to secure the kill. Each shot from the stinky glove launcher can deal 4 damage for a normal hit and 4.8 damage for a critical hit, and like 90% of the weapons in this game, it is susceptible to damage drop-off, with it dropping down to 2 for a normal hit and 2.4 for a critical hit. Hockey Star's weapon also has 3 additional properties that may not be obvious at first glance. For starters, the Hockey Star's projectile speed is significantly faster than the other All-Stars, with his projectile speed matching that of a soldier, making long-range combat significantly easier. Supporting this, Hockey Star's damage drop-off distance is also one of the longest in the game, with it ending at 75 meters, meaning that once again, long-range combat will be much easier and much more consistent. Lastly, he is one of the 2 All-Star variants whose overheat penalty is shorter, at only 2.1 seconds, which is only 0.2 seconds slower than the baseball star. So if you end up using your weapon too much, the cooldown to use it will not be as long as most of the other All-Stars. The optimum upgrade setup for the Hockey Star would be the overheat, damage, and overheat penalty upgrades. The overheat upgrade is especially important, as it increases his time to overheat from 3.7 seconds to 5.7 seconds, which is more than a 50% increase in how long you are able to use your weapon before it overheats, meaning that you can safely go against higher health classes such as Citrons or the barbecue tree man. The damage and overheat penalty upgrades also complement him greatly, as not does it allow him to recover from an overheat quickly, but thanks to his high rate of fire, he can very consistently land damage across nearly all ranges, making him quite the powerhouse if used correctly. In terms of strengths, the Hockey Star is one of the better All-Stars at longer range combat, with his long damage drop-off and fast projectile speed, making it not only easier to track opponents, but to also engage at opponents who may be too far away for most All-Stars to tackle. Hockey Star is also capable of recovering from his overheat much quicker than the other All-Stars, though whilst not as fast as Baseball Star, he is not too far behind. However, Hockey Star does suffer from an initially faster overheat time, taking only 3.7 seconds to overheat his weapon, making him ineffective against higher health classes. Hockey Star also has very low damage per shot, with each projectile only dealing 4 damage for a body shot, meaning that if your aim is below par, then you may only end up mildly chipping at a plant's health. Lastly, whilst not exactly a weakness, the Hockey Star is rather deceptive in his design, and may confuse players into thinking that he is a toxic variant, when in actuality, it is simply not the case. Thanks to this guide, you will now be the master of utilizing the highest fire rate weapon in the game and have the closest experience as the heavy from Team Fortress 2, whilst also having access to some of the most cheesy abilities in the game. Be sure to come back for the next episode on Thursday. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more shit like this. Have fun.